tea.
Arguing with a man who adorns your chest certainly be a visual.
Yeah, they always say, like, why would you buy a jersey? Why would you put another man's name on your back? Well, I'm not. I've got another man's name on my front.
It's about the name on the front, not the name on the back.
Yeah, exactly. Name on the front. Welcome back to Nanodosing. It's Tuesday. It is November 19th, and we're brought to you by Steven Singer Jewelers. The holidays are almost here. Steven Singer Jewelers has the #1 gift. Everyone knows it's diamond stud earrings, and Steven has the most beautiful, best value, real, natural diamond studs anywhere. Choose a great pair of Anita diamond stud earrings starting at just $298. Steven makes it so easy to buy real diamond jewelry for someone that you love. No phony sales, no haggling, no nonsense, just easy and fun. Steven's real diamond studs are flawless to the eye, near colorless, and come with his unbeatable full-value lifetime trade-in. You can trade up your diamond studs anytime, receive exactly what you paid towards a larger pair. Steven also has the best guarantee in the business, a full 100-day, 100% no-hassle money-back guarantee. Fast, free shipping. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com and click on his Anita diamond stud earrings, or you can visit Steven's showroom at the other corner of 8th and Walnut in Philly. Buy real diamonds from a real jeweler that you can trust. Steven Singer Jewelers. That's IHateStevenSinger.com. IHateStevenSinger.com. All right, we're back. Nanodosing. Got me, Arian, Big T, Mad Dog, McKenzie. We're back. We're bad. I don't know why I said we're bad.
What the fuck?
The bad boys. The bad boys of content. Macrodosing. I'm rocking my Arian Foster shirt today, which is
as you should. Every day is the Arian Foster shirt day.
A tribute to Arian, although Arian was very mean to me when we first logged into this Zoom. But that's okay. I'm still going to support my guy. Gotta support our friends. Well, I mean, if we want to get into it a little bit, you had a very nice looking cup of coffee that you're drinking, and I said that looks like a good cup of coffee, Arian. I think I'll go get my own cup of coffee. And then you said you can't see this cup of coffee, when I clearly could see it, and you called me a liar.
I never said you were lying. I just said I said, how can you see this?
You implied that that's not how he said it. Big T?
The implication seemed to be...
I noticed this, bro. I noticed this. You know what I'm saying? Because I get a lot of tweets, right? And people say this shit all the time to me, dog. And I think I finally figured it out. Like, white people and black people, I know I ain't talking about race again. Just hear me out, dog. Like, the way in which, and it could be a class thing too, but the way in which I, like, communicate comes off very aggressive, right? And I think when I say shit, like, some people interpret that as like, oh, he's an asshole, he's being mean too. It's not the case. It's just how I communicate. Because like if you used to come to a family function of mine, right, and like see my family playing spades, you would think we hate each other, but like it's love. Like I only talk to you like that if I know you. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So if I fuck with you, I'm talking shit to you. It's how I love. It was one of my, like, I actually learned this in therapy. One of my defense mechanisms growing up was humor. And it's not just me, but I'm sure a lot of people deal with that. I think most funny people are depressed, actually. But how I used to like cope with everything that I was going through was just, I used to joke about everything. And so it's kind of how me and my family and just black folk in general, like that's how we love. We talk shit about you. And I think that gets interpreted as me being mean sometimes. It's not being mean. You would know if I was mean. You would know it.
Before you respond, real quick, was that a formal invitation to the cookout? You said if we were at the function, in order for us to be there.
Nah, you can't come to the cookout, though. Fuck. I think there's too many passes given out nowadays. We need to trim some of the fat.
All right.
Yeah, because you never take them away.
I don't know who need. We need to have a talk as a folk about all these people at cookout, or we don't know.
But Big T's not invited? That's fucked up.
That's crazy.
Nah, Big T not invited, man.
All right. Okay, I'll remember that. Steel trap up here. I don't forget.
Not coming to my bar mitzvah.
Bar mitzvah?
That's the first thing that popped up.
That's the whitest thing you can think of.
A 13-year-old Jewish boy?
Is that what it is? Is it for 13 years old?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, becoming a man.
Yep.
And more importantly, Jewish, which I am not.
Potato. You know?
Don't you get another bar mitzvah? I feel like you get a second bar mitzvah if you're Jewish when you get old.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I'm not familiar with that.
No,
Let's
me
see. Second bar mitzvah. Did I just make this up?
I
think you
think you
might
might have.
No. No, you get a second bar mitzvah when you're 83.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
What is
not
that,
many
Mark?
people get
if you
those.
make it.
The Hebrew Bible says the average lifespan is 70 years, so 83 is the equivalent of 13 years old again.
That's wild.
Wait, the Hebrew Bible says the average lifespan is what?
This is the AI overview that just came up immediately. But among some Jews, I'll go to Wikipedia. This is a more reputable source. Among some Jews, a man who has reached the age of 83 will celebrate a second bar mitzvah under the logic that in the Hebrew Bible it says a normal lifespan is 70 years, so an 83-year-old can be considered 13 in a second lifetime.
A normal lifespan. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, so you get a second bar mitzvah. I bet those are probably awesome.
Why do you have to live 13 years into the second lifetime? I feel like the second you cross over into the second one,
That should be celebrated.
right?
Yeah.
You gotta go 13 years into the second life,
Yeah, you made the finish line. Congratulations.
right?
Yeah, you got to go 13 years until you become a man. So I guess you're not allowed to partake in adult activities between the age of 70 and 83.
I question this claim. I question this claim that the Bible says you live for 70 years or that lifespan of 70 years. Where does it say that?
In the Hebrew Bible, it implies that a normal lifespan would be 70 years. It doesn't say, like, that's how long everybody lives.
The years. Okay. Wait, Psalm. The years of our life are 70 or even by reason of 80. This verse can be interpreted as general rule of global life expectancy, which is 73. I don't want to get into biblical prophecies.
I'd like to attend a second bar mitzvah. That seems like fun. Got to be more careful with the chair.
I can't imagine nearly as fun as the first one.
I don't know.
I've never been to one. Y'all ever been to one?
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're so fun.
Yeah, it's a
Lit?
pretty good time. Usually they're themed. They have like a theme depending on what the kid is really into.
Yeah.
Like a lot of kids do sports themes.
Yeah, baseball.
That'd be awesome if your 83rd bar mitzvah you do baseball themed. Do it again. Yeah.
When I was like, I am also Catholic, and when I was like, I don't even know, I was very young. We went to our family friends, and I was like, "When's mine?" And my parents were like, "You don't get one." I was like, so pissed. I was like,
Yeah.
that was so fun.
Yeah, you get. I wonder if you bring money to the second bar mitzvah. Like,
Yeah, what
give
are they
an
gonna do?
83-year-old guy a shitload of money.
That'd be a nice. What would you buy if you got a bunch of money at 83? Just like fun money.
Fun money to spend. I would probably I'd put spinners on the Rascal scooter. Trick it out.
That would be
Yeah,
lit.
UV lights. I don't know. Probably just a bigger TV.
I was gonna say the sickest TV I could find.
Yeah, bigger TV. That's probably what I'd spend money on right now if you just handed me like $2,000. Be like, oh, TV.
I mean, that's probably what you're doing most of the day at 83 anyway.
I would imagine. Yeah. Maybe golfing.
83?
Yeah,
Oh
83-year-olds
yeah,
golf.
bro. There's some. I done golf with a couple 80-year-olds.
Really?
Yeah,
Are they good?
it keeps you young. They relatively sure. Like so, they'll play from the front tees, and I mean, when you play golf at that age, it's you hit the fairways, you hit the greens, and it's like short game really. Is all they really worry about. Because they don't have much margin for error because they hit it so short, and their backswing isn't really that long, and so they just play a nice little game.
I've noticed that in the last like 50 years, we've people always say like 80's the new 70, 70's the new 60 or whatever. People are really aging a lot better now. Like it wouldn't shock me. Martha Stewart, for example, I think Martha might be like 82.
No.
Let me just say, Martha.
No.
Martha.
Holy cow,
Martha.
she's 83.
Martha.
What?
Let's have a little talk, Martha. You look better. You look better at 83 than you did at 43, Martha.
Hang on. That's nuts.
Oh, she's a woman again.
Oh, yeah. Congrats.
Second bat
Congratulations.
mitzvah.
All right. That. You know what? She wasn't attractive to me when she was 80, 81. That's underage. 83. Now you're a woman, Martha. Good for you.
Wait, what is the second pass like symbolize? Because the first is like manhood, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So what's the second one? Like
You're a man
You're
again.
man again because
Man squared.
yeah. Alpha male.
No, Sigma's
Well,
what you want
yeah,
to be.
yeah.
now.
Sigma?
Kids call it Sigma nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sigma male.
I saw this article the other day. Not to bring up race again, but it was hilarious to me because there was this article that said parents don't understand this Gen Z lingo, like bussin' and bet and hella and sus, and I'm like, it was just hilarious to me because I'm like, yo, we've been talking like this for years. I think little white kids just finally have like a window into the internet and they can see linguistically what is cool. And so like new age parents are like, I don't understand what they're saying. But I guess there was always a little bit of a disconnect between generational lingo.
Yeah, for sure. Like growing up, called everybody like in the 90s, everyone was dude. That's when
I feel like that's really endured, though.
Yeah, dude has hung around for a little bit.
I think that's ubiquitous now.
I'm trying to remember the most popular slang in the 90s when I was growing up.
Rad.
Yeah, rad. Tubular was like
that's a
Ninja Turtles stuff.
That was a real one that people used?
Ninja Turtles said it, yeah.
But people would say it not ironically.
Not really. Rad was a thing in, I think, the late
fine.
80s, early 90s. They went away, came back again.
That was never one.
You never said rad?
Nah, we never said rad. We used to make fun of that. Yeah.
Yeah. What did you say?
All the shit that's popular now. Except for cap is kind of new. But like I don't like homie. That was one that I didn't know everybody didn't say until I got around like more white folk. We had been saying dude, but we said like it wasn't like dude, it was like dude.
Yeah.
Same but different variant. Hella. We said hella back then. I was a bunch of like like all the shit the kids say nowadays. We said this shit 30 years.
Yeah, hella. I feel like white people started saying hella in the mid 90s, late 90s.
Nah.
I heard people say it in high school for sure.
Well, could have been. A lot of, that's the one thing I miss about growing up is regional dialect. That's gone.
Yeah. Did you call people Bamas?
Bamas? No.
Yeah. That might have been a DC area thing. And Bama was just like a loser, like goofy.
Oh no, Goofy was one.
I still like here's where the disconnect with Goofy happens for me. I don't think Goofy is that good of a thing to say to somebody that you're trying to disrespect. Goofy seems too lovable.
Nah. Like if somebody called you a goofy, that's just like.
I think that cuts deeper. Like
you think so?
Yeah, it's like
you're
if
an
you call somebody
unserious person.
Yeah, like if you call somebody a
word
motherfucker, like okay, like you're just mad. But if you call somebody like weird or goofy, like now it's like like you dislike them as a person.
Yeah, we have a good word for that. Clown.
Oh yeah, same thing.
This guy's a clown.
Yeah, clown was one. I'm trying to think now. I'm drawing a blank.
Speaking of slang, there was a moment in the NBA that's making news right now. LaMelo Ball got fined $100,000 because he used derogatory language, offensive derogatory language. He said no homo. And it doesn't really make sense, does it? What did he say about his team? Like we unloaded on him?
Yeah, something like that.
And then he said no homo. Not really a good use of no homo.
He went out of his way to say it.
Yeah.
And that's just a stupidity fine. Like that's you can't say that.
Yeah. If he said no diddy.
Or if he said like pause. Pause I feel like is the new one.
Yeah, pause. He doesn't get fined for pause.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah.
It's certainly not $100,000.
Yeah, but no homo, I feel like I haven't heard somebody say no homo in years.
Yeah, that's a lot. I haven't heard that one forever. Pause, yeah. Pause was like early 2000s. Long time ago.
It's back now, though.
I don't think anywhere.
Looking at Big T's sheet that he sent over today, there was a football game. Was this Division III college Big T, or was this high school?
No, that's the a Utah high school state championship game.
Okay, Utah high school state championship game. This is how they started the game, Arian. Instead of a coin flip, they flew a helicopter out over the 50-yard line, and they dropped the ball out of the helicopter and then made the captains of the two teams try to fight for the ball to see who got the opening kick.
Oh, that's that old. They used to do this for the XFL.
XFL, except the first time they did it in the XFL, somebody tore their ACL.
Really?
Yeah.
But it wasn't a helicopter. It was like throw the ball and go chase it.
No, this needs to be implemented everywhere.
No, this is a horrible idea.
Why?
Because
It's
you risk
awesome.
injury.
You risk injury when you play the game.
Yeah, but you're not playing the game here. You're deciding who gets the ball.
It's part of the game if we make it part of the game.
That's technically true about anything.
Right. This is sick.
I'm saying this is a horrible idea.
I think it's awesome.
I think you've never played sports.
That's incorrect.
This helicopter looks to be about 200 feet above the field that they dropped the ball out of.
Yeah, it rocks.
Yeah. I'll say this. As a spectator, this rocks. As a team member on the sideline, this rocks even more. As one of the two guys that has to fight for the ball, this sucks.
I bet in high school kids are lining up to do that.
Probably.
Now in the NFL, obviously not.
Yeah.
But 16-year-olds are fighting each other to get out there to do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you talking about implementing it just in high school?
I'll take it as far as you want to go. I don't care.
You think this is a good idea to do in the NFL?
Do I think it's a good idea for the teams that are like paying the players? No. Do I think it's really cool? Yes.
Okay.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, like is it a good idea when you're paying somebody $8 million a year to send them out there to fight for the football? Probably not.
Or if
Is it awesome? For sure.
if your job is to get paid millions of dollars and you've got a contract coming up and you can't get injured, and then all of a sudden now you have to go like try to intercept the football from a helicopter.
Listen, we don't have to worry about the NFL ever doing this. They don't even let you do a kickoff anymore. I'm not
Dynamic kickoff.
right. Yeah, I'm not concerned about this making its way to the NFL, but in high school, yeah, this is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, imagine the Super Bowl. How much would that rock if you had, like last year, Patrick Mahomes goes out there and like a ball. What?
This is goofy.
I actually think it should be the highest paid player on each team.
Yeah, highest
He
paid.
was one of the
Yeah.
most least athletic players on the team.
Yeah, but he's a captain.
Yeah, my point still stands. It would just be awkward. Mans gets hurt. Super Bowl harder to watch.
Yeah, how do you
Patrick Mahomes is trying to get the kickoff. What the fuck?
how do you officiate that? Can you hold? Like, can there be a penalty on the helicopter play?
This is y'all's baby. I don't know.
Yeah,
You
I don't
tell
know.
me.
The NFL would have like a 3-page rule book about how to officiate the kickoff play and make it not. There'd be challenges. Coaches
Yeah,
would
and
like throw a
you
flag.
throw flags on the
Yeah.
before the game even starts. You got to go to replay. It would get too goofy, man.
There's too many rules. Too many rules in the NFL. Did I talk about the super replay or the super challenge
I think so.
on this show? Okay.
I
I
think
haven't heard
so.
I haven't heard it.
The super challenge was a UFL thing where you could just challenge any play. A coach could throw a flag no matter what play it was. And if there's clear, obvious replay evidence that the refs got whatever the call was incorrectly, then you would win that challenge. So you know how you can't challenge a face mask in the NFL, right? There's certain penalties that you can't go to replay review for. But if it was obvious and your quarterback got his head turned around by a face mask, you could throw a flag. They'd review that and be like, yeah, you know what? That's a penalty. We should have called that. We missed it. Hand up.
Well, have you seen refs just do that now? Like, I was watching Clemson Pitt on Saturday, and Cade Klubnik got like a smack to the face. It was pretty obvious. They didn't call it. And they huddled together for like 3 or 4 minutes, and they saw it on the
Yeah.
scoreboard, and then they threw the flag like 5 minutes later. It was insane. And they did that same thing in Georgia, Texas, after
Yep.
they threw all the trash. So they just look at the scoreboard now and they're like, oh, I guess we got to call it, which, yeah, it was a penalty. But if I was a Pitt fan and you called it 5 minutes later,
Yeah.
I'd lose my mind.
Yeah. That would be tough to get over. But at the same time, if they get it right, the Georgia thing was a little bit different.
Because they threw trash
Because
all over the field,
it-
and then they were like, should we change it?
It would not have been overturned if it wasn't for the students throwing
Correct.
trash onto the field.
The Emirates NBA Cup is here. You can win big getting in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Will LA repeat? We'll find out soon. There's sure to be rim-rattling slams and no-look passes that bring the crowd to their feet. Get behind your favorite players and the prop bets you can make on DraftKings, the home of NBA player props. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like picking a team to win. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. First time, here's something special just for you. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook. Every point counts. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code MACRO. That's code MACRO for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. When you bet just $5, only on DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Arian, did you watch the fight? The big fight on Friday?
I did. And is this a safe space?
It is. Speak
It's
your
a safe
mind.
space. It's a conspiracy podcast in a safe space.
Yep.
I think they paid Tyson to chill out. I think.
Real? You think Tyson was paid off?
Yeah. Yeah. I've watched the film back, and I've seen Tyson do things that I haven't really seen before from him. I saw him pulling back on some punches. Now granted, he did look 58 years old. But yeah, I think it was set up. I do. I'm open to evidence, but the more and more I look at the footage, like him biting his glove, like he was biting his glove, because I think Mike is what I was saying before. Like Mike is like, he has a switch. You know what I mean? He has a switch where it's like when I'm in this mode, like I'll go into kill mode. I think he was having trouble doing that, and there's a few times in the fight where he would usually go after him, he kept pulling back after he hit him a couple times, and so I think the fix was then they made the ring bigger, right? The ring was bigger than regulation size. I haven't looked too deep into this. This is just me looking at videos and stuff, and I'm not that invested in it, but so they did make the ring bigger. I did see that, and contractually there was some things going around. I'm not gonna verify because I don't care that much, but that was saying that he had to last the full rounds in order to get paid all the way. So that's my take on it. I don't know, but it was sad to watch anyway.
Are you telling me that boxing might be corrupt?
That one was. I don't know about. And how long are we going? Go box boxers, bro. Go box boxers. They don't bother nobody else.
I mean, I think all he cares about is boxing people that will get him paid a lot of money.
Sure, but it's just bothersome. I think it wouldn't bother me so much if he wasn't. He gonna say it this is talking. He just be talking. Yeah, I'm the best. Go box boxers.
I agree.
Because you're still an amateur, high key.
Okay, so I'm going to push back a little bit on your theory about Mike Tyson. So I do think that there's some shenanigans at play, but I don't know if it was that Tyson held back. I know this is what Tyson himself posted the other day online. He said, "This is one of those situations where you lost but still won. I'm grateful for last night. No regrets to get in the ring one last time. I almost died in June. I had 8 blood transfusions. Lost half my blood and 25 pounds in the hospital. Had to fight to get healthy to fight, so I won. To have my children see me stand toe-to-toe and finish 8 rounds with a talented fighter half my age in a packed Dallas Cowboys stadium is an experience no man has the right to ask for. Thank you." So he was very, very sick this summer, to the point where, if you believe Mike Tyson, he had 8 blood transfusions. And then the Texas Athletic Commission sanctioned this fight as an actual boxing match, which tells me that the Texas Athletic Commission, they're the ones that are fucked up in this situation. I think Mike Tyson was actually very, very weak. In the first round, he threw a couple punches that looked pretty good. But then,
yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Then he couldn't do shit afterwards because he's 58 and he had 8 blood transfusions.
Yeah, I don't think he had the legs to box for real. But that, again, there's a couple instances where it just looked to me like he's holding back. Because I did get tricked a little bit, and maybe this is just me. Like I said, I'm not invested deep enough to look into it, but it did. When you look at some of the training videos and his training, you don't have to have. I don't know. Give me one round of what I saw of him training. I didn't even get that the first round, and that's when Mike is Mike. First couple rounds, and so I don't think he got fatigued like that in the first round. I just don't. And so it led me to believe that he just wasn't really trying.
I feel like Jake Paul might not have been really trying.
That could have been the case, but I was less impressed with his boxing in this bout than any other bout that I've seen him.
With Jake?
Mm-hmm.
Because he was beating up a 58-year-old?
No, I'm talking about skill set wise.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I said. I do think he's a skilled boxer. I don't not think he's not. Is that correct?
I know what you're saying, yeah.
But I think I'm just talking about skill wise, right? Because I'm a big fan of boxing. I love boxing. That's why when people used to watch Mayweather, you remember the knock on him was like it's boring.
Mm-hmm.
Shit was art to me. I love watching a Mayweather fight. It is just a skill set that we have not seen. I loved it. And so I love the art of boxing, all martial arts. I love it. And when I don't know, when I watched him this round, it was just less, I feel like, tactical, which kind of leads into my point. I don't know. I don't feel like either one was really trying to like box. It was more, it looked like a show, and I could be wrong.
No, you're right. It was a show. I think we all got taken for it.
Yeah,
it was a big time show.
I mean, it was free. It was on Netflix.
Was it? I couldn't get it on
able to
Netflix.
see it?
Nope, was not.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that debacle, dog. Jesus Christ.
I saw about a round and a half.
That's round and a half more than I got. Good for
bad.
you. They were not capable of streaming to that many people.
Shout out to my community on Twitter. I had this dude DM me this link that showed it. Somebody was illegally streaming it on Twitch, and it got up to like 13,000 people, and it was perfectly crystal clear. Put it on my TV and everything. And then by the time, I think it was like the second round, people were saying that Netflix was fixed, and so I went back to Netflix.
Yeah, it was a debacle trying to watch that. Good undercard though.
Katie
Taylor, Serrano.
Women?
Yeah, I love watching Katie Taylor fight. She's so dirty. She just leads with her head the entire time and just accidentally on purpose headbutts her opponent. It's awesome.
Hey, they talking about doing a third one, ain't they?
Yeah, they should.
I'm down, bro. That needs to be the main event, honestly. That shit was amazing.
I mean, Amanda Serrano, I think she should have won that fight. And I understand why she feels frustrated. I just like the idea of
that's twice too.
Like a dirty fighter that just keeps headbutting somebody. That's nice and old school. I like that.
Did you see what Netflix announced yesterday?
Beyonce, halftime. Christmas Day.
What are the odds anybody sees that?
Well, it's going to be during a game. What game is it?
Ravens on Christmas.
Ooh.
It's
with a Beyonce halftime show.
On Netflix?
Yeah. I'd say the odds of that working smoothly are near zero.
They got to fix this because they fucked up the Love is Blind reunion too. You know?
Yeah, if they can't handle the Love is Blind reunion, are they going to be able to handle Beyonce?
They had a nice test run, and I was pissed, dog. Yeah, I was mad, dog. Like, come on, y'all. This is Love is Blind here. Let's do this. And then the Mike Tyson fight, they fucked up. So Christmas Day, yeah, come on, Netflix.
I didn't see the numbers for how many people tuned into that, but I would imagine 60 million.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably more than what the NFL game will do.
I got a question for you.
But it'll be a ton.
Say it's Christmas Day and 30 minutes before kickoff. They're about to go live. They try to go live. It doesn't work. People can't watch the game. Do they delay kickoff? Do they play the game without a broadcast?
Play the game.
The NFL, if someone was there from Netflix and said, we think we can have this ready in 30 minutes,
yeah,
I think the NFL would delay it.
Just a couple minutes? How long do you think that would go?
I think they reasonably try to wait until it was fixed.
So you think like an hour?
I don't know. I mean, the NFL is an entertainment product, and they've sold this game exclusive. There's nowhere else you can watch it.
Right.
So,
but also, they got the money from Netflix, right?
Right.
So
but it looks bad on the NFL.
It does. But if Netflix, if it's their problem, they're not able to broadcast it. The NFL, they're like, well, I guess we'll learn from this. Maybe next year not go with Netflix.
I think I read today they're locked in for at least 2 more years of Christmas games on Netflix.
So if it's like a multi-year deal, the NFL could conceivably delay the game indefinitely until the cameras got up.
I don't think the NFL is playing a Christmas Day game not on television.
That'd be wild, wouldn't it? Imagine if you bet on it.
Yeah. As millions of people will.
So do you think Roger Goodell is having conversations with Netflix this morning?
I have to imagine.
Yeah, I think he probably is.
I mean, that was a disaster. That's the only time I've even used Netflix in months, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah. I kind of want that chaos to happen. Christmas Day. That'll be a fun little story.
I have to imagine you're going to have how many people are tuning into that game? 35, 40 million. And then you've got an additional several million people that are just going to watch the Beyonce.
Yeah.
So now you're approaching the numbers they had Friday.
Yeah. I want chaos.
I think it's going to be more than 30, 40 million.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's generally about what a really high-level NFL game does.
I think they should have, and no disrespect to my former organization, but I think more they should have cracked like the Bills and Chiefs game would have been amazing in that slot. You know what I'm saying? Like two juggernauts. Like,
I think Ravens Texans is a very good one to get.
I think it's a good game, but you're talking about Christmas Day,
Yeah.
where nobody's at work, everybody is watching something. Usually it's basketball games.
Yeah.
I'm glad. And listen, if you love the NBA, like I'm sure Christmas Day has been incredible for you for a very long time. I'm glad. I want college football to I guess now bowl games really are like trash, but I've always wanted football on Christmas because the NBA, a regular season NBA game, I mean, what is that doing for you?
Yeah. More sports.
Yeah.
More sports on TV.
And now the NBA, the NFL's just completely cucked them out
Big
of
time.
Christmas.
Roger Goodell could do any holiday that he wanted. Roger Goodell could schedule a game on the 4th of July, like a pop-up game. He could schedule a game on Easter.
I mean, the NFL got pissed that the college football playoff put games on Saturday. This year it's December 21st, I think, the Saturday that traditionally there haven't been any college football games because they haven't needed that week, but now they do. And then he put NFL games on that day just to spite them.
Well, what I think the most diabolical part of scheduling this Netflix game on Christmas is it's not easy to change the channel back and forth. So if you're watching the NFL game, it's more difficult to change over to like an NBA game for a few minutes and then change back because you have to exit Netflix, then find the app that you have the other game on, or if you got cable, go to your cable input, then watch that. It takes you like 45 seconds to change what you're watching. It's not like one click of a button going back and forth. If this game was on Fox or CBS, I feel like the NBA would be like, fuck you, but okay, people still watch. The fact that it's on a completely different platform makes the NBA so much more angry at the NFL for doing this.
Arian, also the Chiefs play the Steelers that day as well.
But you could do like that'd have been a better game actually.
You get both.
So the Chiefs. Are they doing two games?
Both of those, yeah, 1 and 4:30.
Can they flex it?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The flex schedules Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be dope. I think that should be the thing going forward. Football on Christmas Day.
I think those time slots are a miss. They should be 4:30 and 8, not 1 and 4:30.
I agree.
1 o'clock on Christmas, you're still doing stuff.
Yeah.
By 3 or 4, you're really not. I mean, not as much, but like into the afternoon, you're still like eating and doing stuff. Maybe you're going to a second place, but then by like 4 or 5, the sadness has set in that Christmas is over. You're back home. You're kind of just sitting there. That's when the first one should be starting, not the second one.
I think the thinking was like Thanksgiving. The meal, you have some ambience noise in the background.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you might be at church. You're still playing with your toys.
Yeah, and I want something at night on Christmas. Christmas night is the most depressed I get all year.
Really?
Oh, I hate it.
Because Christmas is over?
Yeah. It's the worst. I won't let people...
My tree's already up.
No kidding.
Love that. We're saying it again. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone. I usually wouldn't say it this early, but since we're saying it again, I will say it.
When do we stop? When do we stop saying Merry Christmas?
We stopped saying it, but it's back.
It was against the law until a couple of Tuesdays ago.
Got you.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everybody, from your friendly atheist.
We are, yeah.
2 weeks, then the tree goes up.
Yep.
Oh, trees. If I had a plan together, my tree would have been up 3 weeks ago. But
that's nuts.
It's hard orchestrating all this by yourself as a single man.
Are you still going to get one this year?
Yeah, get one every year. I go out, all out, stockings, all that shit.
Love that.
I love that. Good for you.
Yeah.
One more thing about the fight. I've said for the last couple years that I think I can beat up any 10-year-old in the world. If we're going with Jake Paul, he keeps fighting worse and worse fighters. There were a lot of memes going around about like, oh, he's agreed to fight Steve Gleason in his next fight.
Steve Gleason said, "Bring it on."
Yeah, Steve Gleason said, "I'll take it." I would actually bet on Steve Gleason. He'd run over his feet. It'd be nice. But I think I could beat up any 10-year-old in the world. Do you agree?
I have to see every 10-year-old in the world.
I think 10 is pushing it. I think there might be one now, 99% for sure. I think there are 7 or 8 10-year-olds out there that are probably a problem.
Where?
I don't know.
I've never met one.
I think if you
every 10-year-old I've ever seen, I think to myself, I would beat the fuck out of you.
I think you could beat up every 8-year-old for sure.
Duh.
Probably every 9-year-old. 10, I think there is a 1,000% that might give you some issues.
Look up world's biggest 10-year-old.
I just did. He is Jace. He is 6'3". He has a condition called gigantism, which causes him to be much taller than the average male adult, who is typically 5'9". This is a perfect matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know I would beat the fuck out of Jace.
I don't know, bro. This nigga is huge. Bro.
Yeah, but he's not coordinated.
You don't know that?
He definitely doesn't fight
Dude,
dirty.
imagine like TJ Watt at 10.
Arian, you shut your mouth.
You're not that coordinated. What makes you think you're coordinated?
I don't know.
Are you mad at me? I'm just calling.
It's a good point.
Calling a spade a spade.
Think of all the NFL players you watch that are jacked to the gills.
Yeah.
One of them at 10 was like lifting weights and like very tall.
I don't know about that. Lifting weights at 10. I'm stronger than any 10-year-old too.
Okay. I would love to see this happen.
About that either.
I think Arian just disrespects a lot of what I'm all about from an athletic standpoint.
I absolutely disrespect what you're all about from an athletic standpoint. I think you're a great guy, though.
Thank you. I can touch the rim. That's been established.
Touch the rim. I still have an open bet out. What's up?
No.
Go outside right now. Maddie, go record him and see and go on the hardwood floor and go touch the rim. You got $500 from me. If not, I get $5 from you.
I got my house shoes on right now. I can't jump in these. I'm not warmed up.
I will.
No, I know you're right. I can't touch the rim right now.
Okay, cool.
But I got a little bit of athleticism in my background.
Everybody has a little bit of athleticism.
I was on the all-decade team for my rugby team. It's pretty good. They just don't hand that out to anybody.
I don't know that you were, and I don't know that they don't.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I like to have some kind of evidence before I have a conclusion. I
won the Barstool Combine.
I didn't watch it. I'd have to see what kind of events were going on. I don't know.
Okay, 40-yard dash, bench press, vertical jump.
How much did you bench?
It was 135 pounds, and wait, that wasn't my max.
Well, it was how many reps?
How many reps? I think I did 20. I think I did 21 reps. Not great. I didn't win that event, but it was a respectable showing.
What was your vert?
We did. I don't think we measured it by inches, but I was the first in that.
What did you measure it by?
Well, we had one of those things set up, one of those towers.
That
you jump up and you hit it, but they didn't.
It's either inches or meters.
Yeah, but nobody knew how to measure it correctly, so they just went by how many of the little things did you flip over.
But people were cheating like crazy in that.
They were cheating like crazy
because they were like, raise your arm, and that's where we'll start it. And people were inching their arms down.
Yeah,
they teach you to do that in combine training anyway.
Yeah, maximize every little bit.
Mm-hmm. I think you could beat up the overwhelming majority of 10-year-olds in the world.
Any 10-year-old that doesn't have like a genetic thing going on.
So now it's changed?
Well, I don't know. Now Jace has me all fucked up. Jace 6'3".
Okay, you were just counting on every 10-year-old being the exact prototype of what you.
I would beat the shit out of Jace.
So every one again.
I doubt Jace is.
How did this come up? Why do you want to beat up 10-year-olds?
I don't want to. I'm just saying that I could. There's a big difference.
It's actually being merciful and not doing it.
Yeah. I don't get enough credit for not kicking every 10-year-old's ass.
It's a full-time job not to beat up these little motherfuckers down.
I could, though. And they know it.
I don't think they do.
They do know it. If you're a 10-year-old listener of macrodosing,
Crazy.
send me a video of you training. I'll take any challenge.
If you're a 10-year-old listener of Macrodosing, turn this shit off. Go to school.
Rough and Rowdy. You know what? I'll do an entire event at Rough and Rowdy. I'll fight 30 10-year-olds.
Now, see, now we're
Not at
talking.
once.
That like at the same time?
No, not at once. One right after the other.
Oh no.
Hour and a half of 10-year-olds. Just parade them into the ring. Knock them out.
Dropping them one more whop.
Knock whop whop. Send the ring girls out. Whop. I'll put up $10,000. 10 grand
For each of the 30?
if you can beat me.
Okay. Now, if you lose to the first one, are you continuing to fight the other 29?
I'm sure if I lose to the first 10-year-old, I will. You'll never see my face ever again.
Okay.
Anywhere. I'll disappear like a writer up in New England. I'll just go buy a cabin, and burrow underground. Never see me on the internet again. I would retire from the internet.
That'd be tough.
I would absolutely retire from the internet because you never any given day you could log on and.
So what's
somebody
in
could be
this for
pushing-
you?
Just pride.
Right.
Yeah, pride. Bring it on.
Now, how far does it go? Do we think we could do 11-year-olds still?
No, 10-year-old. It's cut off.
10-year-olds cut off.
Yep. If you're 10 years old or younger on today, November 19th. That's my cutoff. Those are my terms. So that's it kind of speaks to what Jake Paul is doing. He's just going for fights that would get, a shitload of views, and that's basically it. He's trying to get as much money as he can. Do you think that there'd be a company in the world that would sponsor a 39-year-old man fighting 10-year-olds?
Barstool Sports.
Absolutely.
I might work for one of the only companies in the world that would. No, I think even they would have a line with that. I think they'd say,
It's gone too corporate.
yeah, old Barstool would.
Yeah.
Get Gaz on the
Barstool
line.
Don't went woke.
Yeah, ask Gaz. Gaz would he would do it.
Yeah.
Off the books. All right, my terms are simple. See you later, 10-year-olds. What else we got on the sheet today, Big T? What did you want to discuss? What's going on in the world?
Have you seen Little Baron Trump?
I have not seen Little Baron.
Oh, you got to watch. He's taken over the internet.
It's like Baby Gronk.
Yeah.
How old is Little Baron?
It's a video from when he was, I don't know, 4 or 5.
Oh, so it's actually Baron Trump.
Yes, it's real Baron.
Okay.
And he has like a Slavic accent, and it's awesome.
Okay.
And you just gotta go watch it. It's the best. It's taking over TikTok.
I do think that like little kids that are speaking English that have accents are very funny.
Yeah, and it's Baron Trump,
Yeah,
so it's even better.
that's pretty good. I'm looking at him right now. He's picking up like a suitcase. I
Yeah,
like
he
my
loves
suit.
his suitcase. He'll tell you. Play it.
Okay, I'm gonna listen.
You
to
gotta
it.
hear it.
Okay.
I like my suitcase. I have to go to school now.
Yeah, you will have lunch and then you go to school.
Now I'm gonna go.
Yeah, first you will have lunch and then you go to school.
Now you can do reading, writing, and arithmetic.
Is that not the best thing you've ever heard?
Yeah, I mean it's a little kid talking with an accent.
Yeah. So now everybody on TikTok, that's the new trend.
All right, so Big T, what are your thoughts on brain rot?
Define what you mean by that.
Something that is objectively strange and bizarre and not that funny, but you watch it enough that then it becomes hilarious, and then
That is that funny.
then you think about it.
No, that rocks.
Okay, so this is not brain rot. You're not brain rot.
No.
Okay.
No.
Do you think brain rot is real?
Yeah.
Give me an example of brain rot.
I mean, I think there are probably millions of children in America right now who like have that.
Yeah.
Not me though.
What is brain rot? Is that the same thing as, we call it irony poisoning?
I think generally people use that term just to refer to like your brain has been overtaken by generally TikTok, but any online
I feel
medium.
like it's a form of irony poisoning.
In what do you mean by that?
Like
Irony poison. This is the first time I've heard that.
you've never
term.
heard of irony poisoning?
No.
Where you get so into being ironic and saying things that you don't mean, that you start to like think in that way.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess
then,
that's...
and then you like look down, or you stop communication with people that aren't on the same level of irony as you are, and you look down on normies that like don't get how ironic you are.
Okay.
And then
Give me an example.
You just keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper into a pit of irony.
So that's like the millennial core form of humor to the max.
To the max. I'd say that Gen X laid the groundwork for it. Gen X was they were in, I guess sarcasm was their thing. And then the millennials took that, and then they would be like way more over the top with sarcasm.
Yeah.
Until they dug deep. And now I feel like Gen Z, now you like all this stuff ironically, but you like it so much ironically that you actually do like it, and your entire personality has become like what you used to think was funny to laugh at.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's some of that in it.
Yeah, like when I used to write all the time, I would write 5 days a week, and I would have to blog, and there'd be a shitload of irony in everything that I would write. I would have to like give myself breaks to like go read a book, like get out of the internet for just a little bit, and get back in touch with reality. But TikTok is so addictive that I feel like most people, they just keep going. I'm curious to hear from Mad Dog and McKinsey on this one too.
I was too.
I had not seen that Barron Trump video.
Mad Dog, you were gone. Have you seen the?
I love my suitcase.
See, yeah, and that video rocks, does it not?
As someone who is not a Trump fan, it was a funny video.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, when the end of the video, when Trump just goes and he's gonna do reading and writing and arithmetic, and I only want A's.
Yeah. No, it's the best.
I love my suitcase.
PFT tried to say that I have brain rot. And
no, that's
and
like all over Twitter.
Thank you, Mad Dog.
Wait, was that the conclusive evidence that it's not that it's not brain
I
rot?
would say that confirms it's brain
also,
rot.
I was gonna say, like, me saying I love that video might be like hurting your case, but yeah. And he goes, "I love my suitcase. When am I going to school?"
Okay.
With a little accent. Yeah.
So by you saying it's all over Twitter, implying it's on another platform, so it's not just exclusive to TikTok.
I haven't.
The fact that it broke out, that is a case for it not being brain rot.
See, I've only seen it on Twitter. I haven't seen it on TikTok.
Oh, it's all over TikTok.
I've only seen it on Twitter, and then I keep now it's transferred into the screenshot of baby Barron holding the suitcase, and now people are just saying like, "I love my suitcase." No, I haven't seen it on TikTok. Just Twitter.
Okay.
But it's all happening on X, so.
It is the everything app.
Yeah.
I want to stand up for my girl, Linda Yaccarino. Is she the president of X? I don't know what she does. She's got, I think, a pretty easy job. She made meatballs the other day.
She's the CEO.
She made meatballs the other day, and she put raisins in them. And she was talking about how good these meatballs are. All right, so I personally have never made meatballs with raisins in them. And it has become like shorthand for look at what white people are doing to food. Like you talk about,
gotta bring up race, man.
I know, potato salad or like pasta salad. Oh, I put my famous raisins in there. But I do know that sometimes people cook with raisins in Italian culture, so I don't think it's as bad. She said Sunday sauce. Yes, the meatballs have raisins in them. I don't think I'd enjoy meatballs with raisins in them. But I am also only 1% Sicilian, so I can't speak to the entire culture of Italy on that. But I've experienced raisins in Italian dishes, like authentic Italian dishes before. That's my favorite thing to do on Thanksgiving, by the way, is post a picture of my mac and cheese. And it's always dry as fuck. I post it before I put any cheese on it. And I just have like a thing of mayo next to it. And sometimes I sprinkle raisins on top. I'm like, yeah, we're eating pretty good over here at the Cometer household on Thanksgiving. And I like to put in like one y'all pull up a chair. and then and then I get quote tweeted into oblivion. It's great. I gotta figure out a new wrinkle for this year. New wrinkle for food trolling.
Mm-hmm.
What's the most sacred Thanksgiving dish that you could fuck up?
I mean, like turkey, technically.
Well, yeah, turkey.
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed
Turkey's
potatoes.
so trash.
Could be good.
I can't with the turkey.
You doing brisket again?
Oh, I'm done with turkey. My mom is doing, because it's just slowly, as I started vocalizing it, everybody started agreeing with me. Because turkey's like,
It's a
nobody
thing
eats
people
it.
are afraid to say, but everyone intuitively knows.
Yeah, and as I was like, fuck that, I'm bringing brisket. Fuck that, I'm doing this. And as more dishes started to get added to the, to the pile of Thanksgiving food, less and less people started eating turkey. And then now nobody really fucks with turkey. And now everybody's looking forward to the brisket. Everybody's looking forward to everything else. And my mom's like, I'm having turkey. So she's cooking like this little small turkey for her. She's like the only one eating it.
I like turkey.
Yeah, I feel like we have this debate.
Worst dish
every
in
year.
the Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah, I've reached the point where I'm not going to argue with you anymore about it.
I would rather eat a whole can of cranberry sauce because I love cranberry sauce, but I would rather have that than turkey. Horrible.
Again, not going to argue with you.
One of the worst meats out there.
I'll just say that if you had my turkey, you would be happy. That's all I'm going to
Turkey's
say.
trash, just like your mac and cheese is trash.
Okay. You're really pushing me. I want to argue now so very, very badly.
But you're not going
But
to.
I'm not going to. I'll just tell Big T that my it's really good.
Okay.
Deep fried. Yeah, you'd love it. You love it, Big T.
Arguing with a man who adorns your chest certainly be a visual.
Yeah, they always say, like, why would you buy a jersey? Why would you put another man's name on your back? Well, I'm not. I've got another man's name on my front.
It's about the name on the front, not the
Yeah.
name on the back.
Yeah, exactly. Name on the front.
That's
Like
right.
when I go take a piss later, I'm gonna be looking down at my dick and I'm gonna be seeing Arian Foster's.
Can you
His name,
explain
like,
that to
that's
people who aren't
bad.
watching on YouTube, maybe for
We did.
context?
We did.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I missed that.
I'm rocking the Arian Foster shirt right here, the graphic tee. It's a good shirt. Where did we get this again?
Some Houston like thrift store or something. I don't remember.
It's solid. Also, you should be allowed to wear anybody's name on your back. Like, who cares? Wear a jersey.
See, I go back and forth on that because I get what people where they're coming from when they say that, but I enjoy jerseys, and also a blank jersey just kind of looks dumb in my opinion.
Agreed.
A jersey with your name on it would look way dumber.
Yeah.
So
I have I've got a commenter jersey from the Washington Commanders. They gave me one when I went to their stadium. It was the Bears Commanders game last year, and it's a burgundy jersey, official team jersey with commenter on the back. It's a very nice gift. I like it. I'm never gonna wear it.
I think even that's a little different.
Like, I'm not on the team.
Right. But like if you're just, if your name's Troy Jones and then you get a Troy Jones jersey, like
Is it a black Jones or a white Jones?
Troy is white.
Oh no, Troy's black.
Number 10.
Yeah.
3/5.
Yeah. But like, so, and then a blank jersey, I think just kind of looks dumb too.
Sometimes.
Who's shaming people for wearing jerseys? What is this?
Oh, that's a big thing. Now,
Yeah.
I will say,
what?
as I start to get up there in age, I do struggle with wearing a jersey of like a 21-year-old.
Yeah.
Like that, I think is a little, but as long as they're still older than I am, I think that's fine.
Yeah, I hear you. Also, I did buy a Jaden Daniels jersey. So
Okay. He's 22 or 23.
it's different.
Yeah.
I think if you had, I don't know where this dialogue is coming from, where people are shaming people for wearing jerseys of players that they like.
I
if
think
you've got a
there-
sports squad. Like,
There's a
why
subset of people who care about that very deeply.
Yes.
dudes.
Yes.
I can understand women being like, "Why are you
I
wearing?"
was say
another-"
girls. Girls.
Yeah,
have
that
opinions.
makes sense. They hate on a lot of our hobbies, but like as a dude, tell another dude, like, "Oh, you got another dude on your back." What?
Yeah, what were your thoughts when you saw somebody, a grown man, maybe twice your age, Arian, wearing an Arian Foster jersey?
that was always weird to me because I'm like, okay, either he is an atheist or he just doesn't know anything about me. But it was always like, I was always humbled. I was always like, I can't believe that you. Well, I come from a working class family, dog. So it's like, I can't believe you would go out and spend your money to have a symbol of a, sports figure that you enjoy enough to walk around and want to represent. That was always one of the dopest shits in the world to me. And so it was I was always honored. I saw a homeless dude wearing my shit one time. I saw old people wearing my shit. I said kids, and it's like every time I see it, I'm like, I can't believe that that's a thing. That's amazing.
What were your thoughts when you saw Blake wearing your jersey?
I like, get that fucking mutt out of my shit. That's what I thought.
Mad Dog McKenzie, what are your thoughts on a man wearing a jersey?
I didn't have a strong opinion on it until my mom pointed it out to me a couple years ago. Because she said, I was talking to a guy at the time and he was wearing a jersey, and my mom saw it and she said, he will not provide. Like, he's wearing another man's name on his back. And she ended up being right. But I think as I get older, it's weirder for guys to wear full jerseys. But
what about to the game?
I don't think it's weird at all. Like, I honestly think people just say that because they're like, they think it's like emasculating or something.
Yeah, but like I don't
think...
have like this like super strong opinion on it. Especially if you're going to the game, like, yeah. I get it. Sometimes I see it more as like in college, kids would wear them to like darties or to like bars and stuff. And now I'm just like, if you're using it as like a fashion choice to go to like a bar and you're 26, 27, like maybe we need to just like invest in some more fashion pieces.
Man, hey, PFT, them early 2000 days, that was the move. You put on the backwards jersey with the headband, with the baggy pants and the Air Force Ones, with the old school Jones, like you had Jim Brown jerseys, that type of shit. That was you go to an early party in the early 2000s, you go to a party, you might see a whole squad full of football jerseys, basketball jerseys, throwbacks. 100 of them, easy.
The throwbacks, those are like a fashion statement though.
But like in college, those are a big thing. And then I think once you graduate, you're like, okay.
I had like, I don't know how many, I probably had like 15, 20 different jerseys in college.
Also, guys do use it as like an expression of their own personality too, depending on which player you have.
Well, and then like I know like if people wear them in their adult life and they wear them to a bar and it's like a TJ Hushmanzada, and then you're like, oh my God. Like, and then it turns into the whole let's name random athletes thing.
Yeah.
So like
it's conversation starter.
Yeah, maybe that's just like a thing I don't get as a girl. But
we're gonna change that when you go through knowing ball 101.
Hike.
Arian, the way you were describing early 2000s made me think of someone who I don't know if I internalized this or if I realized that I had internalized it, but Ice Cube in the movie Are We There Yet? That is my ideal fashion for the rest of my life. He just wears awesome jerseys. He owns like a sports memorabilia shop. I don't know if you've seen the movie, and he just wears like sick jerseys the whole movie, and that is what I would like to be for the rest of my life.
You could have given me 8 hours to try to figure out who Big T's fashion icon was.
Ice Cube and Are We There Yet?
Ice Cube and Are We There Yet?
It's so specific.
But I'm saying that was that. PFT, did you not remember this?
No, I never personally, like, that didn't really fit my vibe.
I think there's another cultural divide. Like if you like, it's all I had like 12 to 15 jerseys, easy. Like, and that was the wardrobe choice. Everybody did that. Like it was, I had Jim Brown, I had Tim Brown, I had I don't know, Iverson, Vince Carter. That was your ideal fashion choice, was black folks. Like look at the old videos, like Jay-Z videos. Everybody had a backwards jersey on, Air Force Ones. That was the move.
Like super baggy too.
You're describing early 2000s black fashion.
I would have gotten some funny looks if I showed up to a party and I was wearing like a Jim Brown jersey backwards with a headband on.
Nah, that was the move.
I'm trying to remember. I didn't have a lot of jerseys. They were pretty expensive growing up, so I feel like the jerseys that I owned, I had a Hakeem Olajuwon Dream Team jersey from Dream Team '96. I still have that somewhere, actually. I got to track that down. Besides that, I don't know that I had another jersey until I bought a Sean Taylor jersey in 2004. But yeah, I wasn't a jersey guy.
I just grabbed it. I just grabbed one. This was like, I don't know, 2001, 2002. This is Snoop this was Snoop, Dame Dash, and Jay-Z at a Laker game. So Snoop got a Kobe jersey on. Dame Dash got a Stephon Marbury jersey on.
Yeah.
And Jay-Z got some Braves 11 jersey on. I'm telling you, dog, just Google throwback era.
Braves
throwback jersey
11?
era. But it was the more exclusive your jersey, the hotter it was. I'm talking about I think I even had a Satchel Paige baseball jersey. Like when you start talking about like Negro League baseball jersey, you talking about old school ABA basketball, Dr. J. Like this was a thing.
I'm trying to think who on the Braves was number 11.
Dale Murphy?
No, he was 3. I'm looking at an all-time roster right now.
Now, there would be some jerseys that would be red flags, right?
Depends.
Oh, Gary Sheffield wore 11 with the Braves.
Okay.
So that's probably
bad
who it
dude.
was.
I would say John Rocker jersey. If that was John Rocker,
You probably don't want to wear that out.
probably not wear that out. Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, that's probably a bad one.
That
to
would probably
have.
be a red flag right now. Hernandez.
Michael Vick.
But no. Yeah.
Are those cool again? Can I get another one? Because I had to
yeah,
give mine
they
to
are.
a dog
I
shelter.
don't know.
I had to give mine to a
He
dog
served-
shelter in 2007.
He served.
Can
his
I get
time.
another one?
Wait. Why did you give your Michael Vick jersey to a dog shelter?
That was a thing in Atlanta. They said, donate your Michael Vick jerseys and we'll use them as like dog blankets and shit.
That's cute.
Oh, so dogs could, they could like piss on them.
Yeah.
That's, good. You can wear it again.
I had to
though.
get rid of mine.
You can wear it again. They should do, all right, so the Falcons, I'm sure they did like a jersey buyback thing, like the Patriots did with Hernandez.
Yeah, I don't remember, but
They should do a jersey give back now. Like if you can prove,
you get them all back.
If you can prove that you bought an Atlanta Falcons Mike Vick jersey before 2008, I believe that's when it all went down. 2000, was it like spring of 2007?
Yeah.
Before that date, whatever that date was, you should show that photo. The Falcons, they should give you another jersey.
And then you're actually getting a sick deal because those have gone up crazy amount.
Yeah, because the Mike Vick Atlanta Falcons jersey, it was
The black one.
objectively an amazing fashion
I
statement.
mean, we got to see if those are still on sale.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the jersey dresses. I just sent one with Mariah Carey and Eve.
Oh yeah,
You remember the jersey dresses, dog? Women used to wear jerseys that were just longer and a little more shape to the body. And you
Yep.
have jersey dresses. They used to wear them with like the different kind of J's. Man, that was an era, dog. Y'all bringing me back.
Mm-hmm. What would be some other red flag jerseys if you saw somebody wearing them?
Ray Rice.
Yeah, Ray Rice jersey.
Again, that's the homie. Sorry.
Didn't he kill someone?
No,
No.
no. You're talking about Ray Caruth.
I don't
Ray
know who that
Caruth.
is.
That's actually
That-
a great. Anytime you bring it, like, just say, well, Ray Rice didn't kill anybody.
Wait,
He-
didn't he?
He knocked his girlfriend out.
I was gonna say
in
he
an
did
elevator.
something bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
domestic violence. for
in
sure.
relation to murder,
Not murder, I guess, but not good thing.
I mean, those are two different things.
They're very different. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I
but
didn't mean
I'm
to.
not,
But not
I'm
good.
not, for the record, I am not advocating for domestic violence for these motherfuckers getting my. It's just there's a very different distinction between domestic violence and murder.
Sorry, I didn't
We
mean
can all
that.
agree on
Did
that.
who killed someone?
OJ.
Ray Caruth.
Oh, OJ's a bad one.
OJ. And then like I think Cass used to wear the OJ jerseys back then too. Yep.
OJ was a good running back.
No, he's one of the best. of all time.
incredible.
Yeah.
Like 2,000 yards. What was it? 12 games?
I think it was 12 games.
14. 12 or 14.
12, 14.
I mean,
yeah.
in the conversation for the GOAT,
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm buying this for myself for Christmas.
Is it the Michael Vick jersey?
Yeah, the throwback one too.
Now, I know Big T, you're a dog supporter.
Yes.
Yeah, so I know that you're not wearing it as
I'm wearing
as an
it
endorsement of what he did.
because Michael Vick was one of the most electric athletes ever, and he was fucking sick.
Yeah.
And now, then he did some bad stuff, but then he went to prison, and then one of the few people who's ever like come out of prison and really like tried to very publicly turn his life around, like has done all sorts of.
My man said one of the only people.
No, I generally though, like when people, you don't see people be as public and forward about it as he's been. Like he's really tried to, make it right. Shout out Mike Vick.
Yeah.
Madden 04, favorite Christmas gift I ever got with the Xbox. I got the Xbox and Madden 04. It was incredible.
Great commercial too.
Yeah. You talking about the Michael Vick experience?
Yeah.
The greatest commercial of all time.
It was awesome. Mackenzie, at a Bills game, do you see OJ jerseys?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But I also feel like Buffalo is international waters.
Yeah.
Like where your most ridiculous thing that you have.
Yeah. It's like going to be insane anyway, so.
See, now I'm kind of
Might as
thinking
well go
like
crazy.
an OJ USC jersey might be kind of sick.
Yeah, like further away from the crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it
True.
would just look, those are incredible uniforms.
Yeah. I mean,
You'd have thrived in my era, Big T.
I've said forever I was meant to be in high school in the early 2000s.
yeah,
That was my era.
you would have loved it.
Music, fashion, that was my time.
You would have loved it.
Unfortunately, I was 6.
High school in the early 2000s rocked. It was the best. Some people had cell phones. Most people didn't. You couldn't really get caught being somewhere that you're not supposed to be. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
What percentage would you say had cell phones?
Ooh.
In high school.
I think that depends on what the cutoff line of the year you're talking about.
Yeah, I
But
mean, when,
it exponentially grew as the 2000s went on.
what year did y'all graduate? So you graduated in what, 04?
I was 04.
And then when were you?
I was 2003.
Okay, so let's say in 2003,
Yeah.
how many people had cell phones?
Okay, 2003. I actually think most people did, but they weren't, like, there was no data.
Right.
And it was like you use these in case of emergency.
I would say it's like maybe 30-40%.
I'd put mine more up at like 60.
Oh,
But
man,
even
this
like
wasn't
going
a lot
back
of
to 2000, in the year
'Cause
2000, I would say like 10%.
And that's what I'm saying. So like, I think people in your class, like seniors, juniors, that's when you started getting it. But like early freshmen and stuff, there was really not a whole lot of need for it. It just wasn't as prevalent. Like I didn't get my first cell phone until I was a junior.
Yeah, and the thing was there was no texting, so it was.
No, there was texting.
I remember I started texting.
Nokias with the snake.
Yeah, the snake. I started texting my freshman year of college, but it wasn't like that's how you communicate with everybody.
No, it wasn't the main. No, you would call people, and then different things started popping up. This was like the beginning of it. So you had, remember the chirp phones?
Yep.
You had the chirp phones. Then you had the what was it? The sidekicks.
Yep.
The sidekicks that was the deal. And then you had AIM Messenger. I think that's when it really started popping off with the texting.
Yeah, if you met somebody, at least for me, my freshman year in college, you meet somebody, you want to keep in touch with them, you get their number, you probably get their screen name before you get their number.
Yep.
And then you sit on your desktop at home and type messages to them, and then you would just have to call people. You'd have to call and be like, "Hey, do you want to come meet me at this party?"
That sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, that's what it was all about.
The chirp was actually dope though. I had a couple of homies that had a chirp, and you would just chirp. It was like it's a voice note.
Yep.
Is that like I remember the Nokia walkie-talkies.
No, this one I think was Motorola. The chirp.
Yeah, but was it like
No,
similar to
Nextel.
that?
Don't hit
Nextel.
me on my
Nextel.
chirp.
Mm-hmm.
If you try to message me about some work, shit like that. They had a whole song about that shit.
Yeah.
Don't hit me on my Nextel chirp.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was a big thing to have to write a song about whatever the new piece of technology was. Like there was a song about the
sidekick,
the chirp. It doesn't really happen so much anymore. What was the video where somebody was texting and they were just typing into an Excel spreadsheet?
I don't remember that.
Was that a Monica video? Maybe a Brandy video?
Could be. I don't remember that one.
Yeah, they were sending a text to somebody, and they did like a shot of the screen, and she was just typing into an empty cell, like in Excel. It was awesome.
Remember that.
But yeah, Big T, you would have loved going to high school in the early 2000s.
Yeah, seems like it.
It's pretty incredible. I'm sad for everybody that didn't get to experience life before being online all the time. It's pretty good.
No, life is exponentially better. Disagree. Hard disagree.
You don't learn problem solving now.
You
Like,
what?
you don't. It's harder to teach kids problem solving because they can find whatever answer that they're looking for on their phone. So, like, if you go back and watch any episode of Seinfeld, any episode would be like 2 seconds long because whatever problem they were dealing with, they just get their phones out.
Yeah, which is better.
But it's less funny.
I'm okay with that. More
I do think
efficiency for less humor.
Early 2000s was like close to the perfect amount of technology. It's like the internet existed, but there was a little bit of a barrier to entry to it. Like you probably had to have a desktop at home and it took a while. And
Yeah.
so you weren't online all day, every day.
Right.
But like you could use it, and people had cell phones, but they used them as a phone.
Yep.
Like you weren't on it 24/7.
Yeah.
Nah, B, you weren't driving back then. That shit.
Now
was
I do agree that like I'm on my phone 24/7. Like I enjoy some of it, but like
Nah, GPS to me is.
there's MapQuest.
Bruh. You don't
MapQuest
want
sucked.
You don't want that shit.
Yeah, you know that Arian's right. You don't want any part of MapQuest.
You don't
We
want
ended
that.
up, I was on a family vacation and we were going skiing in Montana, and we ended up on a sheet of like a frozen lake,
Yeah.
and we called from MapQuest, and my grandpa called the ski resort and he was like, "Hey, we're on like a frozen sheet of ice right now." They go, "Do you use MapQuest?" And he's like, "Yeah." They're like, "Yeah. It takes you there for whatever reason. Go." And like,
It's trying to kill you.
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, MapQuest. You go on. You print out the directions.
Yeah, I remember my mom like printing out directions when we would go on trips and
Yeah.
have them.
People don't know about landmarks anymore. Like you can't navigate. And I'm guilty of this, just like anybody else. It took me a long time to figure out like how to get around Chicago, and now I'm finally starting to get a hold of it. But
Yeah.
Yeah, that is one thing I do have over my younger counterparts is like spatially, I'm very aware. Like I can get to where I need to go without like having to look at something like that. Because growing up, that was how we navigated. It was like your memory from what street you had to turn on to what landmark you remember to all that stuff is it was important, or else you would always have to you would get lost. And in Albuquerque is very different too, because Albuquerque has what they call the Sandia Mountains, and they oversee the city. So no matter where you at in the city, the mountains are on the east side of the city. So you always know spatially where you at. And so that was like a trigger for me to wherever I'm at, I always have to have like a landmark or something that I see to like denote what direction I'm heading to or away from.
yeah,
So stuff like that, people don't have that.
what percentage of the Barstool office do you think could describe how to get to work, how they get to work every morning, by actually using the names of the roads and what direction they go on the roads?
I think high because all of us live close to the office.
You think they could say like you go west on
No.
this road?
Okay, west, east, north, south, different. I could tell you.
You could figure that out though, just from the direction you're going.
No,
Like,
I
y'all
don't
ever
think
look
I
at the
could.
lot of
sun?
people
I don't think
can't.
I could.
I can't tell you which way is north, south, east, west.
The
Unless
lake-
I'm,
the lake's on
the
the
lake
east.
is on the
Yeah,
east.
but
I know that.
Chicago is a pretty easy
It is.
city to tell which
It is,
way.
yeah, but I think a lot of people still can't do that.
I'm not good at that. But I could tell you, like, I turn right on this street, and then it's left onto here, and then a right there.
Yeah,
But west and east, not my game.
you could name every street,
Yep.
like the actual names of every street.
Yeah.
Well, Chicago, there's somehow only like 8 streets in all of Chicago.
I know.
Like,
Yeah, there really is.
like no matter where you
Yeah.
go, you're on the same 3 streets.
No,
Yes.
that's so true. I never
Yeah.
thought about that.
I'm on Diversity. Well, okay, you could
Yeah.
be
You could
anywhere
be
within
anywhere.
10
It's like
miles.
Peachtree in
Like
Atlanta.
Halstead.
Yeah, Halstead.
Yeah.
You could be literally
Halstead
anywhere.
goes from Milwaukee to like Champaign, Illinois.
Yeah. The other day I was listening to an old Kanye West song, like, and I can't remember which one it was, but it was on Graduation, and he said, "And I'm right off Ashland," and I was like, "Wait, I know where Ashland is. And then I go, wait a second. Ashland is anywhere. Like, I don't know where he is off Ashland.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But
He
yeah.
has a bunch of references.
Yeah. But like, Ashland is right. Oh, I shouldn't say that.
Do y'all ever look at
They already put out a YouTube video with like exactly where the office is. So
Oh yeah, people know where
People know where I am.
You can Google it, can't you?
Yes.
yeah.
Do y'all ever use the sun for like directional coordinates? Or okay,
Absolutely
I'm
not.
headed
Hell
north.
no.
Sometimes, yeah.
That's fucking
No.
crazy. Yeah, that's that young shit.
Yeah,
Y'all
you tell a
Y'all
young,
are using the sun.
yeah, you tell a young person
Yeah,
that, and
that's
they're
insane.
like, "What are you sailing on a?"
The sun.
Well, like
Yeah.
a sundial?
Yeah, you're
What are you, on the
sailing across the
sunflower?
Atlantic.
No. So okay, if I'm heading
Mayflower
away
or the
from the
sunflower?
sun, depending on what time of the day it is, I know what direction I'm going.
Are you
Like,
kidding?
so-
Well, no, I see.
Yes.
I know. I understand that. I've just never used that.
Yeah, Arian, I like to look at the trees that I'm driving by and I see which side the moss is growing on. And then I can tell if I'm supposed to make a right
hold
or
on.
not.
I know that's a joke, but hold on. You have never used the sun?
No, I have sometimes.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
like
Yeah,
if
the moss thing is the moss is true. Like if you camping or something like that, right? It's just something we got taught young because like moss grows on the north side of rocks. If you're lost and you don't know where your camp is, it helps you get back. Like these are like, I don't know, survival skills that y'all should probably. I don't know, man. I sound old. Maybe you shouldn't. The electricity gonna be here, but
Yeah.
Mad
it-
Dog,
helps.
do you know which direction the sun rises and sets?
It rises in the. Hold on. Yes, I do. It rises in the west.
Oh,
Rises in the east, sets in the.
50% chance. dog.
you had a 50-50 chance. Well, I guess you could have guessed north and
Yeah.
south too.
It rises in the east and it sets in the west.
Mad Goff.
Yes. Yeah.
Uh,
yeah.
What's that mean, PFT?
Jared Goff was on Hard Knocks when he was a rookie in the league, and they used a clip of him in one of the meeting rooms, and he
That's right.
kept saying the sun rises in the west.
Rises
Sets
in the
the-
east. Wait. Okay. Okay. See, now I'm trying to think about like my apartment
Mm-hmm.
and where the sun is.
It comes up over the lake.
Yeah. So
Yeah, because it goes like it's because the lake is east.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend who,
I'm
for
lost.
I'm going to say 9 years, thought that when you're on Google and you're on Google Maps and you're doing the directions, you know how if you're like in the middle of a city and it shows which way you're walking?
Yeah.
This person thought that the you know the cone that comes out from the front of where you're walking,
Yeah.
like it shows where you're going. They thought that was a tail. That was like just adding a little extra bonus flair. And they would always get lost in cities because they were walking the complete opposite direction
Oh
of
my
where
God,
they should be
that's
going.
wild.
But
They
then
thought
it flips.
but then it's still at your back.
If
They
you're
thought that
walking
the-
wrong way.
No, it goes forward.
Yes, I'm aware.
Okay. So then you turn around and the thing is still facing forward.
No, you turn around with your phone and now it's at your back. They thought as they're walking down the street.
They had it backwards, Big T.
Yeah, they had
No,
it back.
I understand, but I think it'll turn around with you because it's whichever way the phone is facing.
Yes.
Yes, correct. But they just-
But they thought
that's
it was a
setting.
tail.
Okay.
So when you turn around and you start walking the other way, that thing is behind you and it still fits. It's like a cape that's behind you dragging along.
No, I don't think that's right. It turns with you.
I'm
Are
aware.
y'all talking about GPS on I missed what you were talking about.
Yeah, like GPS on Google Maps.
That's a setting. You can change that. Like you can have it go with you or have it static.
Like, okay, look. So the phone is facing this way, so the thing is facing that way. I turn
Where are
my
you?
phone,
Yeah.
and now it's facing the other way because it goes
Yeah.
whatever way the phone is facing.
Correct.
So if you were walking this way and the thing's away, and then you turn around, it would turn with you.
Yes.
So I'm confused as to what.
This person didn't pay very close attention to where the like how the dot was moving. They
Okay.
just thought that the trail behind them was really, like the flashlight looking ahead of you. They thought that was behind you.
Okay,
So
I'm
if you-
still not getting it, but
All right,
that's
so
fine.
let me explain to you this way. You're facing west,
Yep.
right? And you start walking west.
Mm-hmm.
Then
That little cone will be in front of you going west.
yes.
Uh-huh.
But this person would most likely take their phone out and take a little snapshot in their mind. Okay, my phone is facing like this. I assume that the orientation is pointing me in the other direction. then they'd put their phone down.
Okay, well, that makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
Okay, now I see what you're saying. But had you kept the phone out, you would see that the thing turns with you.
Yes, and you would see that your dot was going in the opposite direction that you wanted to go.
Okay,
But
now I'm
This is
getting it.
most of the thing, like in New York, you get out of the subway, and they'd be like on their way to work, and they just like look at their phone and be like, okay, I have to walk this way because my tail is behind me.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, I see.
That's a pretty embarrassing moment when, yeah.
So my younger counterparts, I'm curious now. Do you know that the gas gauge in the car?
Yes, I do know that.
Okay.
Oh, the arrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do know
Okay.
that.
I'm just wondering y'all survival skills at this point.
I mean, I didn't learn it till quite later in life.
Yeah.
But yes, I do know that now.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay. All right.
Yes.
That was a great innovation when they decided to do that.
So smart.
Mhm.
Like, why didn't they do that earlier?
Yeah.
So confusing.
When was that added?
I don't know.
I feel like it's always been that way.
Has
no?
it? I have no idea.
Maybe not always, but like since I was alive, maybe.
Yeah.
1989.
Yeah. about the same
Okay,
time.
so yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, no, my Arian, my survival skills are like 0. Like, thank God I live in a major city. Like, I am cooked otherwise.
Y'all think y'all could survive? Not Maddie, obviously. But y'all think y'all could survive in the woods for a month?
The woods.
Hell
A
no.
month?
A month?
Why you mad?
I
That's
barely
the question.
survive like living my life. Like what? Like no.
The woods for a month is not where I will thrive.
You can't say the woods because the woods, there's a lot of different woods out there.
I don't know what percentage of people could survive in the woods for a month.
Well, what woods?
I don't know.
There's a lot of woods. If we're talking like Amazon rainforest, no, you're going to get bit by something bad.
Well, I mean, it
American
depends.
woods.
American woods,
Okay,
moderate
barring-
climate.
Barring any animal attacks or insect bites.
Like, how long can I
anything
go
like that.
camping for?
No, this is no survival.
Well, you got to
It's not
find
camping.
food.
I'm saying barring any like unforeseen, skin disease that you catch or anything like that, just finding food, shelter, and water. Could you survive like a month?
What weather?
Pick your climate.
Okay,
Let's say you're in the Smoky Mountains
Mhm.
in September.
Oh,
I think I could.
yeah, easily.
A month?
Easily.
A month is a long time.
Easily. No animal attacks?
Yeah, no animal attacks, no insects
Easily.
bites.
Easily. You just
I
find some
think so.
water.
You can go a long time without food,
I think it's like 2 weeks, isn't it? Or is it more?
maybe even longer. You can't go very long without water.
I think that's like 3 or 4 days. I don't know. I'm spitballing. I'm recalling all of my Naked and Afraid knowledge.
I've read the book Hatchet several times, and I would lean heavily on that. I think I'd be able to make myself a nice little comfortable bed. If I found a stream, I could catch fish.
With no food and no water, the maximum time the body can survive is thought to be about a week. With water only but no food, survival time may extend up to 2 to 3 months. That seems excessive.
You would go insane.
There's no
though.
chance you can go 3 months without eating.
You would go insane.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Now,
I don't know, man.
if we're talking tropical island, years.
Now you cooked. No, you cooked on an island.
Years.
A lot of those islands are barren. They don't have a good water source. So it's kind of dry. And so it's really hard to survive on islands unless you find a really good water source. So like in the Smoky Mountains, there's a lot of running water over there.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's the luck of the draw of which island you get put on. But I don't know. I think I could.
I mean, if there's vegetation, there's got to be water, right?
Yeah, but they can rain a lot. So like freshwater sources are not that common. I could be wrong about that, but like from my understanding, like it's hard to find freshwater sources on islands.
Yeah.
I could be wrong about that though.
I would like to try, though. I'd like to try to survive on a desert island.
Like I went to Curaçao one time, and I thought it was just from the pictures and shit. That shit was dry as hell. There was cactuses growing on this island. That was horrible. I hated it.
Curacao?
Yeah.
Did you go to like the cave thing there?
the cave thing. I don't know.
I went to Curacao and they went to like this big cave they take you through. It was pretty cool.
Let's see. You saw it's dry as shit there, wasn't it?
I don't know that I was looking for those kind of observations, but
Got you.
I don't recall exactly.
Yeah.
Cool cave though. Home of Andrew Jones.
That's right, yeah.
And Ozzy Albies.
We're going to get back to nanodosing in a second. It's brought to you by BetterHelp. Macrodosing is sponsored by BetterHelp. This month is all about gratitude, and one person we don't get to thank enough is ourselves. It's sometimes hard to remind ourselves that we're trying our best to make sense of everything in this crazy world that isn't always easy. Here's a reminder to send some thanks to the people in your life, including yourself. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/dose today. Get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/dose. Before we do some voicemail, or not voicemails, some Q&A, and Mad Dog, I don't know if you have a Q&A lined up.
I do.
You do? Okay. Because I was just going to dip back to Stephen A. Smith, but if you got one, that's even better.
I have mine, yeah.
Perfect.
Theirs.
So before we get to that, Thursday's show, I have an idea of what I would like to do on Thursday's show. But you guys tell me if this is interesting at all. Multi-level marketing schemes.
Yes.
Love that. Can't believe that we haven't done that
Yeah,
yet.
that's
Have we
kinda
done that?
shocking.
No, I don't think so.
No, let's do it.
Arian, are you interested in that?
Have we not done that?
I don't think
I don't think so.
explicitly.
Because I feel like I wouldn't.
I think we've definitely talked about it, but not a full
sounds
topic.
Wait, did we
familiar,
do
though.
Ponzi schemes?
But that's different.
That's different.
Okay, so yeah. No, that's true. So you're talking about
Multi-level marketing.
what's the
Amway would be one of those.
Amway. I was gonna say they used to have a bowl game. Yep.
Yep. They
No,
sponsor.
the Advocare is the one I'm thinking of.
Yes,
There's
that's
a
another
ton.
one.
Advocare used to be the Independence Bowl.
I believe Amway sponsors, or at least they used to sponsor, the Orlando Magic basketball arena.
Yep, Amway Arena.
They call it the Pyramid.
What is the what's the makeup one?
Mary Kay.
Arbonne. Mary Kay and Arbonne.
Yeah.
Neither of those sound like the one I was looking for. Maybe it is Mary Kay. I don't know.
You down, Arian?
Yeah.
Unique.
I'm thinking it is Mary Kay. I'm not sure.
They're the ones that get the pink car, the pink Cadillac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we put out a post, and I'll ask people around the office too, to see if anybody here at Barstool has been in a multi-level marketing organization.
Cutco Knives.
Cutco Knives. I'm sure that we got like 5 people that have been in Cutco Knives.
Jersey Jerry seems like he might have done that at one point.
He might. Hard to unionize in a multi-level market. Actually, that'd be very funny. If like the bottom tier employees started a union,
Yeah.
that would rock. But yeah, let's put out a post asking
like
if
that.
anybody at Barstool has been in a multi-level marketing organization.
Yeah. Also, do you guys want to talk about Tennessee?
Oh, yeah. Big T. Tennessee Minute.
They lost. So now we need seemingly a little bit of help to get into the playoff, which I think is kind of bullshit because Ole Miss's resume sucks and there's some other teams that haven't really beaten anybody, but that's fine. Someone will lose.
Mhm.
Like, if everything goes chalk, then we probably won't make it in, but it's college football and somebody's going to lose a game these last 2 weeks and we'll probably get in. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm not mad about losing to Georgia. I'm mad about losing to Arkansas.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
Like, I never expected us to beat Georgia.
Yeah, Arkansas, you're going to look back on that and
Right, yeah. We
come on,
shouldn't have
Nico.
lost Arkansas, but Ole Miss lost to Kentucky at home, and Alabama lost to Vanderbilt. Like, teams have bad losses.
Yeah.
And I think people are going to realize as we've gone to these mega conferences that wins, one, are going to be a lot harder to come by, but also you're going to end up in these situations where you have 5 2-loss teams in the SEC,
Mm-hmm.
and, like, what do you do?
Yeah, the tiebreaker scenarios. I'm addicted to the doomsday scenarios. Every new doomsday scenario that drops.
And you could end
And
up
they never
with,
happen, but it's fun to think about.
It's increasing. If A&M beats Texas, you will have 7 2-loss teams tied atop the SEC.
If that's the only upset,
Correct.
7 2-loss teams.
So Ole Miss, Alabama, Tennessee, A&M, Texas, Georgia, Oh, so maybe 6.
That's still a lot.
Yeah.
So then who?
I think in that scenario it would be A&M Alabama based on how the tiebreakers work out. There's a website that has become pretty popular where some guy has it to where you can see all the tiebreakers. But
yeah, LSU's out.
Yeah, they kind of suck.
I said that I would put $100 towards Brian Kelly's buyout.
Saw that.
Would you contribute?
You probably no, I don't care. I hope they keep him.
Yeah, you'd steal $100 from that. Okay, so what questions are we doing today?
Stavi's World.
Stavi's World. Okay, we'll answer Stavi's questions. I went to his movie debut in Chicago a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called We Joined a Cult or We Started a Cult.
I believe it's We Started a Cult.
We Started a Cult. Funny movie. Go see it if it's in theaters. And Stavi was electric during the Q&A as well.
Yeah. These are, I did not realize, I've never listened to Stavi's World. I did not realize that these questions were as like deep and like meaningful to people. I thought they were like silly.
Mm-hmm.
So I was shocked at the level of earnestness in these questions.
We're intercepting his Q&A.
Yes. Gotcha. So these are from Stavis and Sam Morrill and Rachel Feinstein were answering these. But okay. The first one, I have 4. The first one. I just ended a relationship with a woman that I've been dating for the last year and a half who had some intense mental health issues, and I had a pretty hard time getting past this. I kind of ended it to preserve myself because she was lashing out and hurting me and wanting to control me. It's hard because you love someone and you understand where they're coming from, and you know they've had a pretty hard life. It's really hard for me to not have a lot of regrets about what I could have done and what we could have done differently. I'm going to start going to therapy, but I'm looking for any advice on how to move past dating someone with so many high highs, but the lows were very hard. In addition, for the last year and a half, I've been having the best sex of my life with an incredibly beautiful, sexy, attractive woman who I just ended a relationship with. And I need advice, and any advice would be helpful on trying not to text her back and ask for her back.
Okay, I'm glad that they brought that up because I was going to say the fucking was probably pretty good. Also probably why it took you so long to end it.
Yeah.
Because crazy sex is good sex.
You know what, man? In my experience, the better chemistry I've had were with people who were a little unhinged.
Big D just sent in the group chat something that's too hot to air. So I'll say it. Just sounds like a woman. Am I right, fellas?
Your inflection was way off there. I said it way better in my head.
Okay. How did you say it in your head?
Nah, don't worry. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. You probably have some feelings of guilt for breaking up with somebody that is going through some mental crises because you're like, I like them when they're good, but I have to be a little bit selfish and look out for myself. But that's I think that's a healthy step to take, and sometimes you have to be a little bit selfish to protect yourself.
Yeah, that's tough. I don't think this only goes for relationships, man. This goes for like family members too. I think as what you learn when you go to therapy is you have to draw boundaries and things that you're willing to put up with and not put up with as people cross those boundaries, like you should have a hard, line that says, okay, if you cross this, like I have to protect myself and my mental health, rather than placating to your desires or your needs as a human. Because if you deal with people who have any kind of mental health issues, it can get extremely overwhelming. It could be very obligatory, and you feel like I'm letting them down if I don't take a step back, because if I don't do it, nobody will. And that's taxing on you emotionally and physically too. And so I think drawing those boundaries on, if they cross this line, like I have to protect myself when you're dealing with family members and stuff. And then if you're dealing with people in a relationship, like you got to not be toxic and say, even though the sex is good, it's not worth the mental anguish that can come with it. But then you have to draw that, risk analysis that maybe it is worth it.
Maybe the sex is that good.
if it is, because it could bring you that much, But I would venture to say that it's not, because sex is very fleeting feeling, and usually the things attached with it aren't that good. So
Yeah, I would say even if the sex is like outstanding, better than you'll get anywhere. Maybe it's like constant, like the exact pace that you want it, all the stuff that you want to do. At some point, if you don't like enjoy being with that person outside of the sex, then you're just essentially, you've got like a sex doll, the world's best sex doll that lives with you. And then that's not a healthy thing to have in a relationship, you know, like if there's no outside connection there whatsoever.
Unless that is a mutually agreed upon thing and like you guys have a sexual relationship.
Yeah, sexual, that, which is fine. But if it's like more than that, you're living with this person and, you know, you're sharing your life with this person. If the only time that you feel connected to them is when you're actually having sex, probably not a good thing for your mental health long term either.
Yeah,
And,
or theirs.
or theirs. It'll make you guys both crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, maybe once every like 6 months, maybe you
Maybe
you fire
that's the toxicity. Nah,
maybe
you
fire
talking
that-
about the booty call.
Yeah,
That's a
you
booty
up?
call. You know what? This is a good thing. If you a dude, rub one out, and if you're still feeling like hanging out with him, go ahead. But if you have that, you know, that post nut clarity, that has brought a lot of clarity to a situation. And I don't know if ladies work in the same way or not. I can't speak to that, but I feel like once you get one out of your system, like, I'm probably not gonna make that call.
I don't necessarily think it works the same way for ladies. Not every lady.
Yeah, I know. I've met some females though, where like they think like dudes. They just trying to get one off.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, when the Lord in all of his infinite wisdom sat down and designed our bodies, he made a great decision when he was like, yeah, guys can't just have multiple orgasms and keep going. You have to wait for a while, and you have to think to yourself, is this really something that I want to do? Shout out God. Nailed it.
Shout out to Big Homie, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's different.
All right, what else do we got?
Okay, next one. Okay, this is a woman saying this. If that changes anything, the question is from a woman. Hope I can get some advice for someone who's newly back on the dating market. It's been a couple years. I was dealing with some sickness and I'm back and ready to start dating again. And I've noticed that people just refuse to wear condoms anymore. Like, condoms are gone. What happened? It feels like every time I get to that point with a dude, he's surprised that I'm like, okay, where's the condom?
Yeah, here's the thing: is condoms are the way that women think about wearing jerseys. And that's how guys think about wearing condoms.
And I don't know if that's the evolution of things in the past couple of years. I'm just trying not to catch anything. And the thing is, I live in Texas. I couldn't even leave the state. They'd send someone after me. I just don't know. Do I need to lower my expectations?
Well, first of all, no. If you are not comfortable having sex without condom, I wouldn't say that's an expectation.
No, stand your ground.
You know what?
Stand your ground.
Yeah. I'm sick of asking guys. They don't want to, so I'm just not going to ask anymore. No, if that's your expectation, keep that expectation. You might also, I don't know how old this person is. You might just be getting older, and I feel like the older you are in a relationship, probably the less likely you are to use a condom. But yeah, if you want them to wrap it up, tell them wrap it up.
The bar is in hell.
Yeah.
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 The bar is a no. You should not lower that bar.
Yeah, don't do that.
No.
Yeah.
If you want someone to wear a condom, they should wear a condom.
That is true. When we were younger, condoms were way more prevalent. And then as you start dating at my age, they get less and less prevalent for sure.
Right. The fear of getting somebody pregnant when you're 18 years old is significantly higher than when you're in your 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So stand your ground, queen. Especially in Texas. Stand your ground.
But it sounds like the guys are like teaming up here, and they're like, okay, we're just never gonna wear condoms again.
Although there's a new, I don't know how new it is, but like people are living with HIV and AIDS like their full lives, so it doesn't kill people anymore. And so I don't say anymore because I'm sure there's cases, but
untreated it does, yeah.
Yeah, I think the overwhelming majority of people that get it can live a long, healthy, regular life, and so it's less of a deterrent as it was when we was growing up. There was a scare. It was like, you don't want the big H, you know what I mean? And so the little H is probably the most, daunting thing out there nowadays, and you can live with that. So I think people are less and less inclined to do that because it's just not it's not a death sentence anymore. But wrap that shit up though.
Wrap it up.
I got to go do this live stream that they're starting right now.
Okay.
So do you guys want to do another question without me?
Yeah, I can finish them.
Okay.
What's the stream?
I have to do the golf stream against Hank.
Best of luck.
Me and Nikki Smokes.
That's
Slime Balls.
It's a hell of a crew.
Dominated last week.
Okay. I have two more, but if you guys want to just do one, I'm gonna have you choose the topic. It's either my boyfriend is moving into my studio apartment and they're having trouble, or someone asking about the relationship between him and his father.
Ooh,
I
like
feel
the father joint.
okay. Do that.
You ain't feeling that one?
I feel like that's gonna be deep.
It is deep.
That's what we should do it.
All right, do it.
Okay. I have a question regarding the relationship of my father. Growing up, I was super attached to him. He was just the coolest guy. When I was 8, he and my mom got divorced, and when I was 11, he just ditched us and stopped all contact with me. Come to find out that it was because he got in some legal trouble and had to deal with all of that. 10 years go by, and I assume this man is dead, and when I'm 21, he pops back up into my life and promises he's always going to be around and wants to be a dad to me. And I say, cool, that's all I've wanted for the past 10 years. But then I get my girlfriend at the time pregnant at the same time I was supposed to move away with my dad. The kid comes out, and I realize I have to be in this kid's life, and my dad gets upset. And you would think he would be excited to be a grandfather, but he doesn't care at all. So time goes by, and we keep in contact, and I end up marrying said woman who is now my wife. We have another kid, and she also has a kid from a previous relationship. So now I have 3 beautiful kids and a lovely wife. Things are going good, but he calls less and less, and I've literally only talked to him once on the phone this entire year. I want to have a relationship with him, but I feel like I shouldn't be the one to reach out, and I was just wondering if you have any advice and if I should try to contact him or just drop him out of my life.
Man, that sucks. I would probably say, I think a lot of people, I used to feel like that too, because I used to have a very turbulent relationship with my pops, and I used to feel like he's my dad, like he got to reach out to me. But I think as time grew and I started becoming a man, I started having my own problems. I started making my own mistakes, and the guidance wasn't there like I needed it. I started to realize, okay, the things that I used to be upset with him for, I didn't make all of his mistakes, but I did make some mistakes, and I stopped thinking of myself as holier than thou. And so there's no way I should have placed those expectations on him. And so as I started to grow, I started to like realize that human beings are human beings, and we all fuck up to different degrees. And so I shouldn't cast judgment on my pops because he was going through whatever he was going through. He had his reasoning, albeit good or bad, that still was his reasoning. And so I knew that he loved me, and I knew that I loved him. And so I just took it upon myself to say, let's figure out where the relationship went left. Let's make peace with it, and let's move on, because I want you to be a part of my life. And credit to him, he agreed. We had our, it got heated. We were yelling. There was a lot of like tears. There was a lot of stuff that went on. But at the end of it, I respected where he was coming from as a man. I don't agree with a lot of his decisions, but what human do I agree with 100% of their decisions, right? And I think after I was able to get over the fact that my dad wasn't a superhero, I was able to forgive him, and I was able to move forward. Now, there's still things we butt heads on, but I respect him as a man. More importantly, he respects me as a man. And you only have one father. You only have one mother biologically. It's all that can be. And so I would rather iron that shit out and understand you're not going to get along with every human being 100%. And even though I was the one that had to take that step, he's grateful for it, and I'm grateful for it. And I think my life has been better since I made that step. Now, I would never allow my kids to feel like they would have to be the ones to reach out to me. My door will always be open. If we ever do fall out or anything happens, I will always say, hey, I'm here to talk about whatever you want to talk about. And I would take that upon myself because they didn't ask to be here. That's how I rock as a dad. Just because that's how I rock, I don't place that expectation on him or anybody else. And so, like I said, I think you only got one pops, man. And so I would say go reach out to him. There's nothing wrong with being vulnerable as men. It helped me, and I'm going to teach my sons the same thing. Don't ever think you can't come to me for no reason. Talk to me. Give me my receipts. You fucked up right here, and then I'll explain to you my reasoning. You agree, don't disagree, but at least we can move forward as father and son. I think it's important as men to be vulnerable because a lot of times we dig our heels in the sand, and it's to our own detriment. Like, time is finite. We all gonna die soon, so bury that shit. Move on.
I love your answer.
Yeah, I
have no
agree.
notes.
No notes.
I'm not qualified to follow that.
You have an opinion, man.
I mean, I don't like that. That's that dude's thing. I don't need to speak on that.
Gosh, I mean, he's just giving advice. Your advice could be wrong. My advice could be wrong.
I think you have a very good perspective on that to answer that.
For sure.
I agree.
Yeah. Life is short, man, and we can hold on to these grudges all day. I follow this really dope account that I think I said this a couple pods ago, but like that shows these old people in these old homes and they ask them all these questions and they ask them like, what's your biggest regret? Or, hey, what do you do what's your biggest place of happiness? And it's really, when it boils down to it, your gut instinct of how to be happy as a human is usually the right answer. And it usually goes back to our childhood, and you see all their answers, and the answers are like, yo, just be happy. Just be happy as much as you can. Like, work as less as you can and be as happy as you can, because nobody ever regrets that they didn't work hard enough at the end. They regret they didn't spend time with their family. They didn't make amends with this and that. So like, just try to do that. I'm lecturing people, but that's the best advice I've ever gotten, and I try to do that shit. So good luck with buddy.
That it?
That's it, man. I think the Hobbit had to leave and do some live stream because he doesn't prioritize this as a family, and that's okay. That's okay.
We could just started 30 minutes earlier. I don't know why.
Yeah.
3 years in, he's still disrespecting us. That's okay. But yeah, so we'll see
Getting
y'all
close
on
to 4.
You said what?
Getting close to 4 years.
It is, huh? Damn.
Mm-hmm. We're also getting close to 200 topics.
That's a lot of topics.
Thursdays will be 188.
Sometimes I struggle though, because I'm like, I don't have this many opinions, and having a podcast that comes out twice a week and that makes you talk about things and current events, that I just don't have that many opinions usually. I really am a reserved cat, but having a podcast is tough because you always have to talk about shit.
That
always
is
have
the
stuff
gist
to
of
talk
it. Yeah.
about.
Yeah, and
But I don't have that strong opinions about a lot of stuff, but it may seem like I do because it's a topic and we just talking about it, but like I really don't.
says the guy that has the 3-hour podcasts too. I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
That's what I'm
like
saying.
if you didn't have that many opinions, it'd be an hour.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. How do we get pimped into doing two? Because I remember this podcast was set up to come out once a week.
They
I think it was
started a thing, Mikey Podcasts, who has moved on to
Greener pastures.
or
Shout
less
out.
green.
Yeah.
If the place isn't as good as Barstool, I don't know. He was like, shows should start doing a 5 to 10 minute thing a week and put it out so that people who don't listen to the show can listen to that and see if like, oh, maybe I like this or not. And so then we started doing that, and they were supposed to be like 15 minutes tops.
Yeah.
And then those went to 45 minutes and an hour. And then eventually those went away, but we just kept it as a second episode.
Yeah, it was started. It started when I was an intern, so it was like a couple months after you guys started it. And it was started as like 10, 15 minutes. I forgot about that.
And then we just kept going long as hell on those too.
Yeah.
And
like
then
we like almost 2 hours into this one.
And then nobody even really did that anyway.
Did what? Like multiple episodes?
The
5 to 10
teaser
minute?
thing. It lasted like a week, and then nobody did them, and then we just kept it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it started becoming an expectation by the fans.
Well, right. Well, and then we started doing the Art of War.
That was such a bad idea.
And then
I think it's a good idea.
You live and learn.
yeah.
I still think we need to run that back with a better book, though.
Yeah, I mean, that book sucks.
Yeah.
That book was horrible, dog.
But like that was the start of it, and then I don't really know when it turned into just chatting. Somewhere along the way.
Current events.
And then it turned into voicemails. Like that's when we would do like voicemails.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I remember we had like a what's the beef?
What's the beef was a thing for a while.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
Which people still sometimes ask to bring back.
I'm down with that. I love arguing.
Yeah. What's the beef was a thing for a while that we would do. And then it was like we would do guests on, it was a whole thing. It's a lot of change and growth.
Yeah, man.
It's like one of those things where it doesn't feel that different because you do the same thing every week. But then you look back and you're like, we've gone through a lot of different phases of this.
As you should,
show.
though.
It's like when you grow and you don't notice that you're growing. But then you look back at a picture from like 2 years ago and you're like, oh, I was 3 inches shorter. Well, when you're like 10, but.
I was about to say, when were you 3 inches shorter?
No, or like aging, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, no.
Yep. All right, y'all. We will see y'all on Thursday where we talk about multimedia marketing.
Multi-level marketing.
Multi-level marketing. So I actually don't have a lot of experience in this. So
I'm excited. This will be good.
To research in teams. All right, y'all. Stay safe. Peace out.
Mm.